Hello and welcome to Tom Plays, and today we are doing Sonic 3. And I'm not going to call it Sonic 3 Knuckles because I am going to play this as if it's just Sonic 3. Which it really isn't playing any different, it's just I'm not going to carry on into Sonic and Knuckles. I'm going to be treating this as just a playthrough of Sonic 3, and as you can see, I'm doing absolutely terrible so far. I don't know what's wrong with me there. Luckily, you don't have to collect rings to do special stages in Sonic 3. So yeah, it's been a little while since I've done one of these, but I'm keeping my promise of playing through everything in Sonic Origins. I say everything, all the main games. I have done Sonic Triple Trouble, which is a Game Gear game. Maybe one day we'll get on to doing the rest of the Game Gear / Master System games. But for now, we're concentrating on the main series on the Mega Drive. So we'll play through Sonic 3 and then we'll do Sonic and Knuckles. So yeah, there was a time, fairly recently where I was playing a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically these Mega Drive games. I haven't played Sonic for maybe a few weeks now, I may have dipped into something. Let's say a few weeks. I certainly haven't been playing it as much as I have been. So yeah, it's been good to have a bit of a break. Not that I ever dislike playing Sonic, it's just I think... oh, don't happen there. I suppose the controller's not very... feeling very responsive. The amount of trouble I have on PC with controllers is immense. However, I have had no issues with connecting this Venom arcade stick that I've had for a while for PS3 and PS4. Connecting that to the PC has been pretty straightforward. It works a treat, so much so I got a second one very cheaply. I shall add to create at my computer desk pretty much an arcade cabinet sort of feel. I also got myself a small bench, so two people can sit at the computer and use both the arcade sticks together, and yeah, it's fantastic. So, I may not have an arcade machine, but I have a sit-down cabinet type setup working with my gaming PC. So, yeah, that's really cool. But in terms of just Xbox controllers and stuff on this computer, I think that the problem is with the controller inputs on Sonic Origins. They're a bit iffy. How you set the game up, it's not always, well, for me, it doesn't always work out very well. But I'm using a an Xbox One controller today, so I think that should work out fine. Not using my Microsoft Sidewinder from whenever, way back when. So Sonic 3, what do I think of Sonic 3? Do I have any particular memories of Sonic 3? I say, I didn't have a Mega Drive growing up, so whenever I'd played Sonic 3, it was whenever I'd gone round a friend's house who had a Mega Drive and copy of Sonic 3, and I'd experienced the game. Of course, in later years, yeah, the buttons aren't always working again. Ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, let's see how we get on. What was I going to say? Yeah, I played Sonic 3 a little growing up, but not very much. It was only later with the likes of, say, Sonic Mega Collection. Really, back on the GameCube, I was playing Sonic 3 properly. I was reasonably familiar with it, but yeah, and I've played Sonic 3 up a lot since then, and it didn't used to be one of my favourites in the series, actually, because I felt some of the level design was a bit irritating at times. I don't feel it's quite on par with Sonic 2. I do think it's a very good game, and it's probably second only. Second only to Sonic 2. I was going to say, yeah. I think it's better than Sonic 1. I don't think it's good as Sonic 2. And I actually think Sonic 3, at least the Sonic 3 part of Sonic 3 Knuckles, is better than Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, I'm experiencing some lag on the controls occasionally, so it's making me mess up. I really don't know why it behaves like this sometimes. What were we going to say? Sonic 3 is the next best Sonic game next to Sonic 2. There you go. That's my personal opinion. That's not gospel, of course. You know, it's just what I think. Sonic CD, you cry. Well, Sonic CD... I think Sonic CD, because of the type of game it is, and how it is so different in terms of if you're actually going to play it properly, I don't think it is as good as the other ones. Even, dare I say, things that are better... Oh, flip. There's certainly things that are better than Sonic 1 in Sonic CD, but I think if I had to say goodbye... Pardon my language. What was I going to say? Yes, Sonic CD is great, but if I had to choose one Sonic game to not play again, it would be Sonic CD, and not because I don't want to play it again, because if I had to, if I was had that very difficult situation, I could live without Sonic CD, basically. Even though it's got two very good soundtracks and some very cool moments. Do 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 do. I suppose I'll have to bleep out that swear if I want to make this suitable for all. I'm not a very sweary person. It takes a lot to make me swear. Video games often are the culprits, so... if you ever hear me playing Fortnite, then you might have heard me swear. We're getting there. As long as the controller doesn't... Oh, flip, I did it again. God, I'm really out of practice doing live streams. It's not, I don't think I swear on live streams normally. Lovely, that's 2 emeralds. I can get all emeralds on Sonic 3 quite easily. Well, not with that. You know, pretty straightforward. However, I can't get the... I've never managed to get all the emeralds on Sonic and Knuckles. But Sonic 3, yeah, I can manage that. Oh, something weird happening with the controller. It's really intermittent. Yeah, just sometimes it stops working. I don't know why that is. So I miss the music from the original version. Of course, this version, Origins, has a lot of the original tracks taken out, which is a shame, because the tracks that are missing are some of the best ones. And of course that's all to do with, I think it's to do with licensing. I'm not 100% sure what, I don't think it's ever been divulged exactly why, but of course Michael Jackson was involved with particular tracks on this game, which are the ones that are missing. So it's, I would say it's most likely a licensing issue. As that to me seems to make the most sense legally, or it could just be a choice on behalf of Sega, which is very, very interesting. Maybe they're just trying to cover themselves in case of any trouble, but it's a real shame that we can't hear that music in this game, that's all. But the tracks that are there are okay. I don't think they sound as good in terms of the actual audio quality either, than which may be what am I doing? Well documented, but from what I vaguely recall, now this might not even be true, that their sort of early standing soundtrack, before Michael Jackson was involved, there was a soundtrack, and perhaps they weren't mastered like the final tracks were, so they don't sound quite as punchy, or they could have. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not doing this very well, am I? They could they could be placeholders that now, because there's nothing else, that well, what they could have done is not done something specific to the actual time when the game was developed and just write something new for Sonic 3, but I think that's probably a little bit more of an expense than just digging up what already exists. I actually, oof. What am I doing? Well, I do like these special stages. I don't like them quite as much as the ones in Sonic 2, just because of this sort of speed issue. They get very fast at times, and that's something that I tend to struggle with a little. Oh, back that way. Do you know what? Streaming and talking while you're playing a video game, you know, I still think it's a real challenge. Even though I've done it quite a bit, you know, it's quite a talent to play a game which requires a certain degree of concentration whilst you're talking about something unrelated. So it's like playing the drums and singing. The two things are out of step with each other, but yeah, plenty manage it. Not that I have any experience of playing the drums and singing, but I imagine that's very much what it's like. But would this video be boring if it was just gameplay footage of Sonic 3? That wouldn't be anything new or interesting, would it? You could find that anywhere. So yeah. And you're only watching if you like listening to me rabbit on anyway, aren't you? So... I like the way this level changes, how there's the fire and such. It's really cool. It's a really dynamic way of doing it. I want to get that Rhinobot because I know there's an achievement for attacking so many Rhinobots, but I can't remember if I've already done it or not. So just in case, I'll do it there. But yeah, this is a fun level, Angel Island. It's a great way to start Sonic 3. There was no avoiding that. Sometimes I don't really feel I can be bothered to do some of these bonus stages because that one, like, I always mess that one up. Anything this way? Oh, hey! Just 100 rings. Very good. What's this? My phone is going off. So how much of Sonic 3 we're going to do today? A bit. What are we on? Yeah, we won't play through the whole game today, but we'll see how far we do get. So this might be... what would we be on? Part 4 of the playthrough of the story mode on Sonic Origins, but this we may split Sonic 3 into 2 videos and actually for once play the entirety of the game, which we haven't done in any other videos. Nice and straightforward, that one. Helps to have the flame shield, to be honest. But there you go. Or the fire shield. I don't know what it's called technically. Can't recall exactly what the Sonic 3 and Knuckles specific achievements there are. I remember there's all the different shields, which I think we've done now. Do 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 do. There's a Rhinobot one as we yeah, right. Get some air. I think there's a water shield here, yeah. But we've lost it. Might make sense to grab some bubble here. Tails wasn't so lucky. Of course, this music is As You Remember It, which is a nice piece. In Sonic 3, always like this music. Plenty of coins to use if we need to repeat any special stages, which is one of my favourite features of Sonic Origins. And that you don't lose all your rings after you come out of it. Special stage, if you get the emerald. Oh. There we go. So, we're whizzing through this alright, I'd say, at the minute. Oh dear. It's a lovely sunny day today, as I'm recording this. I've already been out in the garden, doing some gardening today. It feels like the kind of day where you should be, spending it outside. But it is also one of those days that is incredibly hot. So you find now my controller messed up there, otherwise I would have got there. Oh, yeah. So it's not one where you feel you could really spend the whole time outside because it's just, as I say, too hot. Which is very unusual for Britain. You know, I love sunny weather as much as the next person. I don't love warm weather so much. So I don't think I could ever live in a particularly hot country. So maybe the UK just suits me fine. But it is nice to have some sun. There's been a lot of rain lately. But we're stepping into summer now, here, as I record this, here in the UK. Stepping into summer. Not Christmas, but summer. Oh, I couldn't get that one. Oh well, it's alright. What about some thoughts on game collecting as I'm doing this? Because it's something I've been thinking about lately. Thinking about the number of years I've been collecting video games for and how that experience has changed. I'm now at a point where I certainly don't purchase as many video games for several reasons. But one of those reasons is that I'm only really... I know what I like now. It's taken... well, it didn't take that long, but I'm just sort of being a bit more choosy nowadays with what I get. Because I think after you spent many, many years playing video games, and you've played as many different video games as I've tried, you know, not saying I've completed many of them, but I've tried a lot of video games. A lot of them are very similar. And if it's not a genre you're particularly into, for example, I mean, I love platform games, so I could play platformers a lot, and fighting games and driving games, so those sort of, but then a lot of other games, you know, very similar. I found this recently with Stellar Blade. It's a third-person action game. Okay, you've got a you know, regular attack, heavy attack, you know, do combos, dodge things. You know, I like that genre, but I feel that genre hasn't, in a lot of cases, it's particularly with something like Stellar Blade, it's not an evolution of that genre. It's very much, here's more of that kind of thing, and it looks very nice. But you just get to the point where you say, well, you know, that was quite okay, the demo. Made me want to buy the game, but can I see myself actually spending, I don't know how many hours, playing through the entire thing when it is just the same thing over and over again? In principle, I just find a lot of games are like that, you know. And of course they do things to change themselves up. Sonic, you've got different power-ups, different levels, different gimmicks in each level and stuff like that. And that's what keeps playing through a Sonic game fresh. And I think these Mega Drive games, Mega CD games, did a very good job. I mean, Sonic CD, for what I said earlier, at least it did something different with the formula. And I think Sonic Team have always been a developer who are keen to do something different with Sonic every time. Now, sometimes that's to the detriment of the actual fun factor, regrettably, but yeah, it's admirable. You know, I say this will be the first time I've played through a Sonic game in its entirety on a stream. I think I've done stuff like that before, but not with this Sonic Origins. Now, that is if this is actually recording properly, because you know it's all so random the way my experience with PCs are that this may not be recording audio. You know, it's happened before, or it might happen again for no explicable reason. So it's probably a better idea if I don't play too much of it, because if I play the whole thing and then find out there's no audio recorded, then it's all been in vain. So that's it, 2 levels done. It's Marble Garden. Yes, Marble Garden. Not my favourite level on Sonic 3, I have to admit. Some of the gimmicks in this level, like the spinning top things, I don't always find that fun. This is fun though, look. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, thanks Tails. Helpful. Sometimes Tails can be helpful, especially if you need to get up high somewhere. He's very good at that. Follow the arrows. Don't forget to follow the arrows. I don't know if you can tell I've played this game before. Well, I say that as I actually lose all my rings, so and do that. But yes, I have played this game a fair bit, especially recently. Let's go this way. But even so, sometimes with Marble Garden specifically, just have to reacquaint myself with the layout of the level a bit. It's a weird level, really. And the Sonic 3 levels do have quite a lot of verticality, I'd say, to them, and they really... One thing Sonic games actually progressed in, it wasn't so much left to right. This one has lots of interesting layouts to the levels. Some frustrating instances are caused by these, but... I like the design of Sonic in this as well. I think it's a cute upgrade on the old sprite. Softer, rounder, and more cartoonish, which I quite like, actually. My dream for a 2D Sonic game, it's long been something that I thought would be incredibly good, is we've seen 2D games really come on from pixel art, you know, with very clean lines and such, right? Like, say, take Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, for example. Imagine a Sonic game, 2D, you know, with those sorts of qualities. I think there was a special stage there. I'd love to play that. I'd love to, and also the character designs be the Sonic Adventure character designs, modern Sonic. Specifically the art style from the cover of Sonic Adventure, both games, you know, that style of Sonic. that could be incredibly fresh for the series because it's not been done before. We've done like 2D, 3D Sonic now a couple of times, Generations and Sonic Superstars, for example, but even the DS games. But nice, sharp 2D visuals in a original Sonic Adventure art style. I'd be there for that, but I don't know. I think, you know, judging by the success of Sonic Mania, I think a properly 2D Sonic game has been well received in the past. Now, rather than do exactly the same thing again, which I don't think you can quite capture again, Sonic Mania 2 wouldn't, I don't think, break the mold like the original did. But if you did something really interesting with the visuals in a 2D way, you could be on to a winner there, I think. But no one ever asked me. Four emeralds. There's 7, isn't there? There's 7 in Sonic 2, isn't there? Oh, excuse the yawning. It's okay. Still got a shield. Do we like have double shields then? Something? Oh, maybe we did. I can use this to break through that wall. Which way are we going now? Oh, you'd think that would destroy that enemy, wouldn't you? Oh, you need it to break down that. Yeah, this is a bit... Maybe it's not so the discs, the spinning tops, that I find that frustrating, but this part of the level design, where it says, now it's telling me to go left, which is interesting because I was going right and that seemed to be the right way to go. So now I'm confused. Now it's telling me to go right. And that's the right way. So it's Ice Cap after this. No, is it? No, it's Carnival Night, isn't it? It's Carnival Night, then Ice Cap. And then Launch Base. So where's the midway point? I suppose it's after this, isn't it? It's Carnival Night, Ice Cap, Launch Base. So we could get to the end of this level. There's not been so many mess ups here, as apart from my controller being a pain again. Do 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 do. Boom, boom. Will we get all the emeralds is a good question. I'm not sure, really. Probably just missed one. But it's no biggie if we don't get all the emeralds here, but it's always nice, isn't it? It's always nice. I've never memorised where all the spots are. I've probably not even discovered all the massive rings, or the opportunities you can get to pick up the emeralds. I do like the boss battle on this level actually. I think that's quite unique that you're doing it in the air. These are quite fun. Wee. Interesting little devices. Oop, go up now, apparently. Oh no. That's nice. Try again. I managed to get quite a few coins, haven't I? It's always good to have coins. Who'd have thought you'd ever see coins in a Sonic game? There. They're for Mario, aren't they? Yeah, Sonic is just really fun. Sonic 3 is... that's annoying, but... I was about to, you know, sing the praises of you, Sonic 3. Now I'm getting this annoying spring in my way. Yeah, Sonic 3 is the next best after Sonic 2. But it was a tough act to follow, Sonic 2. It really was, I think. One game which might be fun to do is Ristar. Or Ristar, or I've never been sure to pronounce that. But it's a Sonic Team platform which is actually a lot of fun. It's got a lot of unique elements to it. The whole pull and grab mechanic. And I think it often gets overlooked, that game. I think it was on the Sega Mega Drive Classics collection, or if it wasn't, it should have been. I can't recall now. No, I'm pretty sure certain it was. Yeah, that's one I like to play through again. Never actually beaten it. We'll go up to the final boss on Ristar, but never played the Game Gear version of it either, which that would be a fun one to flip. That would be a fun one to try out, wouldn't it? I know the company who did the boxed cartridge version of Sonic Trouble Trouble that I have for my system also did a Ristar release. Have I got it on the game? I don't think I have got it on the Game Gear. Pretty certain I haven't. Is the Game Gear version on any collection? Not sure. Not doing a very good job of keeping hold of my rings at the moment. I think we're in boss... are we near boss territory now? Better keep hold of the rings if I am. Not quite there. Here we are. Here he is. Old Ego. Oh, what's he done? He's destroyed all the ground. Sorry about that, Tails. Can you carry me? I know I'm heavy. Oh, that was poor show from myself there. Can you hurt with Tails' tails if you come up from underneath him? Yeah, it's not a particularly tricky boss, but it's a fun one. It's a cool idea, anyway. Oh. Okay, we'll just... Oh! Come on. That is a bit awkward situation that you can get in with that. You can get a bit stuck. So there you go, that's half of Sonic 3. You come and argue with Sonic 3 is half of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but we're going to do half of Sonic 3. And because this music actually, now I hear it again, is quite annoying. It's not as good as the original. Anyway, I guess all that's left to say, thank you very much for watching, and until I see you again for another episode of Tom Plays, it is goodbye and game on.